of you here, just take a moment and imagine a Ghana where the youth can dream big and our dreams can actually come to pass. That is the Ghana the next president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, is promising us. Today, he made history. He launched the Youth Manifesto. And what is amazing is how strategic today is. Today marks the International Youth Day, and this is the day His Excellency chose to launch the Youth Manifesto to address our issues. What is bothering you and I? Like the Ejumapa, like the 24-hour economy, and so many more. So without much ado, with a resounding round of applause, with standing ovation, with the loudest noise, let us welcome the next president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama!
Attention! Come on! The victory of Mahama! The victory of Mahama!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please resume your seats. Today, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me Thank you. Today is International Youth Day, and we've had two momentous events to crown the day. This morning, we we launched the Youth Manifesto, and this evening we are in the famous Bukom Arena, which is one of the achievements of the NDC administration. I'd like to acknowledge my running mate and the incoming Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman. I'd like to acknowledge our youth commander, that is the National Youth Organizer of the National Democratic Congress, George Opari Ado, aka Pablo. And his deputies are here. Osman, where they rise and legs you, expanded their production lines. It made them employ more people. That's just one example. There are many other areas: the construction industry, the agro-processing industry, cleaning and sanitation. Who says we shouldn't collect bola in the night? In the night, even there's less traffic. So it's even more conducive to collect bola in the night than to be mixing with traffic during the daytime. So there are many places where the 24-hour economy will produce more work. But in the digital space, we can create tens of thousands of jobs. And that is why I built the Accra Digital Center. We estimated that it will create 10,000 jobs. Unfortunately, we left office after I had commissioned it. And so it was for this government to operationalize it. Unfortunately, the space has been given to Yanum, and they are doing their own thing there. And so it's not realizing exactly the objective for which we set up the place. But like I said, we're going to put investments in fintech, $50 million to grow our entrepreneurs in the fintech space. We're going to put money into construction, the big push for transformational infrastructure, in order that contractors and construction companies can employ more young civil engineers, employ masons, carpenters, steel benders, welders, tractor operators, dump truck operators, excavator operators. And so those are all things that will stimulate the economy. But one group that we want to push, promote, and create are the agri-business people, to provide agro-processing services for our farmers so that they can buy the products of our farmers, add value to the products, sell on the local market, or export. If you go to Oti, they produce a lot of ginger. There's no ginger factory there. We must put up a ginger factory to produce ginger powder, ginger oil, and it's the private sector that is going to do it for export and local consumption. Look at this, our red hot pepper. You know the demand for it. If we encourage the farmers to grow it, and I get you Kali J, give you money, you set up a plant for producing pepper powder, pepper oil, and all that, we can sell on the local market and also export. And so I've always said that, yes, under 1D1F, some factories were built, but the thing is, factories and manufacturing do not follow political delineation. They follow source of supply of raw material. And so if you want to be successful in agro-processing, you just don't say one district, one factory. If you take cashew nuts, it is grown all across Bono and Bono East. So you must look at the whole cashew growing zone and say, look, we need 2 factories in these 2 regions to process all our cashew. If you take cassava, cassava grows here. We need this number of factories to process our cassava into cassava starch, into cassava flour for bakery, for beer manufacturing and all that. So we are going to put those factories and manufacturing processes using the private sector, not the state, to process based on staple processing zones where raw materials are available, and not sloganeering, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, $1 million consumed per year. It sounds nice to the it sounds nice to the, but does it really? It might sound nice, and that's why you go and find. I was going somewhere in the western region. I've forgotten where it was, and there was this building. I said, "Oh wow!" And I saw a sign 1D, 1F, and I said, "Let me take a look at it." And so I made a convoy stop, and I got down. It was locked, and the gate was locked, and it was a rice processing factory. Building complete, everything complete, no equipment in it. And there was only a caretaker. They say, "Are they working here?" I say, no work. That machine, no day. They wait to make machine come. You know? And so we must do this because we believe in it and not because we think that it will win us elections. They say politicians are friends. Yes, we have friends across the political divide. And I have many friends. I've been in politics from 1996 when I stood for my first parliamentary election. I met many colleagues in parliament. But the call to root out corruption and to punish people who have misappropriated public funds is a call from the soul of the nation. It is a call from the soul of the nation that for once we must put our foot down, because the youth are crying for opportunities, and the youth are losing faith in our democracy, and the youth are tired of being unemployed and hungry when they can see that the public resource that belongs to all of us is being corralled and squandered by a few people. And so if we don't do that, a time will come when some things will happen. There are two things that can happen. If people lose faith in our democracy, and that faith is going down, the last survey, it said it had gone from 74% to 50% of young people believe in our democracy. And so their faith in our democracy is going down. And as you continue to subject them to 00001 by 2028, and so far you are at about 15 point something percent, you are nowhere near the 24% they've asked you to increase it to. We are saying that we'll rationalize those taxes, because there are other areas in which we can collect taxes. There are other areas in which we can expand the tax net so that we can take those obnoxious taxes out. One of the taxes that is not performing is e-levy. E-levy, they said, will solve every problem in this country. And e-levy is not performing well. It's bringing in just about 1.something billion cedis. And so some of those obnoxious taxes, you can substitute them. For instance, property taxes. We're not collecting property taxes well enough. If we're collecting property taxes, we'll get maybe 10 times what we are collecting in e-levy and in COVID tax. And so those are areas that we want to look at. Apart from that, let's spread the tax net. I live in my house. Every day, electricians come and work, and I pay. Plumbers come and work, I pay. Air conditioning technicians come and service my air conditioners, I pay. And they charge quite meaningful sums. One day they brought me a bill, and I said, maybe I'm in the wrong profession. If I was an artisan, I mean, you're charging me 5,000 for just this. So if me too, I was repairing people's things and I was getting 5,000, 4,000, 2,000, 3,000, maybe I'll be earning more money than the profession in which I am. But when you pay, who takes tax from that person? We must find a way of spreading the tax net so that when you pay him that 2,000, at least he too, some 100 cedis or 200 cedis will go to government. And so how we can spread that tax net is what we are apprised of. And if we're able to do that, it will reduce the tax on everybody, because then we can throw away all the other taxes that are killing business and making it difficult for them to get, for people to get employment. And then your last smuggled question, NHIL. NHIL has a list of drugs that it is supposed to cover. And the list of drugs cover the basic sicknesses that are allowed on the NHIS. Unfortunately, it's not working properly, because even the normal claims that the facilities are putting, NHIL is not refunding those claims. One, because government of Ghana has capped the NHIL. There's something they call the Capping and Realignment Act. And so any statutory fund that reaches a certain percentage, the excess money goes into the contingency fund. So NHIL is not getting the full amount that should go into it. So they are finding it difficult to recompense the health facilities for the treatment they are giving NHIL card holders. And so because of that, they also cannot provide the drugs. You are lucky if you go and you get amoxicillin. You are lucky if you go and you get analgesics. You are lucky if you go and get cough syrups. In some places, they just let you see the doctor, write a prescription for you. You go to the pharmacy, they say there are no drugs, and you have to go to the outside pharmacy to buy it. And so when we come, we will uncap the NHIL so that the full amount Ghanaians are paying as National Health Insurance Levy will go into the fund, so that we can reinvest the hospitals to be able to give the treatment that they are required to give. So thank you, and I think I'm here now. Okay, let me take this guy in the green shirt. He looks so eager, and his beard is imposing. So,
good evening, Mr. President. I'm from the Savannah region. My name is Bawa Mubarak. Savannah region, our main economic activity is farming. Mr. President, I want to ask, inshallah, 7 December, you come to power. What is your plan for my people in the Savannah region who are mainly doing farming? What I realize is that even after the support you might give them, to be able to produce more, to salvage our food inflation that is sitting 47% now, what are we going to do to also prevent post-harvest loss? Because I remember when I was to enter senior high school, my dad has to exchange 3 bags of pepper for my admission fee, and the rest went waste. So I want to know your support to the farmers in the Savannah region, and after they produce this food, because we have abundance of land, and we're inviting all investors to come and do farming in the Savannah region. After we making this food available, will there be market for this food to be sold so that our farmers can get some income? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a home question, because I come from Savannah too, so it's a homeboy. And the question goes directly to me, because I don't only come from Savannah, but in Gunsunu, where my mother comes from, I have a big agricultural project there. I'm doing about 200 acres of soya bean and 100 acres of yellow maize. And so I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, one of the interventions we're giving to farmers is that they do not have access to mechanization services. If you go to hire a tractor now to plow your field, it's 200 cedis per acre they are charging. And so if you're doing, say, 10 acres, let's say just 10 acres, you're talking of 2,000 cedis. Many farmers do not have 2,000 cedis to plow 10 acres. And so in many cases, if he has money, he'll probably plow 1 or 2 acres and pay 400 when he could have plowed the whole 10 acres. If he doesn't have it, then he has to go with his wife and family and take the hoe and be able to cultivate what he can cultivate. So one, the first thing is to give them services of mechanized agriculture. And that's why we said We're going to build farmers service centers. We're going to put tractors, plows, harrows, and everything there so that when the farmers need the service, we'll provide it for them. Even on my private farm in Busuno, I have tractors, I have combine harvesters, everything. When I finish plowing my field, the farmers around who want mechanization services, I allow my tractor to go and plow for them. And so we'll give them mechanization services. But the good thing about the Farmer Service Center is it's going to be a one-stop shop for the farmer. It's not only mechanization services. It will be like a microcredit agency. So your fertilizer will be there. Your weedicide, condemn, will be there. All the inputs that you need, improved seeds, will be there. So at the beginning of the farming season, if you are registered, you have to register with the Farmer Service Center. At the beginning of the farming season, any service you want, including your fertilizer, your weedicide, and everything, they'll provide it for you. They'll record the cost. And then you plant your field, do what you have to do. When you harvest, you go and sell your products. You come and pay what you owe the service center. The rest is yours to do whatever you want to do with. But another thing we're coming with is minimum recommended prices or minimum guaranteed prices. We know what goes into producing a bag of maize. And so at the beginning of the season, we announced that the minimum guaranteed price of a bag of maize should be this. If you can get a higher price on the market, you go and sell it. If you can't get a higher price, you can sell it to your farmer service center, or we can let buffer stock buy the maize off you. Right now, farmers are not able to sell to buffer stock because buffer stock is using agents. My brother farmed maize. He went to try and sell to buffer stock. They said they don't buy directly from farmers, so they should go to the agents. And they went to the agent, and the price that he was buying it from the farmer, he said it's not worth it. I'll take it to Techima Market and go and sell it there. And that's what he did. And so minimum guaranteed prices, that makes the farmer know what price is a fair price for him, would be one of the things that we're looking at. But post-harvest losses are a major thing because we don't have enough processing. And that's why I was talking about agro-processing centers, supporting Kalije and others to set up small micro agro-processing centers to buy the goods off the farmers and process them. But we must also look at irrigation, where we have good facilities for producing irrigation facilities so that farmers can water their crops. That will be fine. Right now, as I speak, the whole of Bono through Savannah and northern region, there's a drought. For almost 8 weeks, it hasn't rained. And so the maize crop is dying. And I would have thought that that is what the agric minister will be concerned with. Instead, he's saying, we won't hand over power, we won't hand over power. The farmers in the north are calling you. Their maize is wilting because there's no rain. So you must start strategizing how we're going to get enough maize to feed our people in the lean season. Thank you. Yes. Wow. There's let me take the lady. Let me take the lady in yellow. And then after that, I'll move this way because I've not yet covered those here.
Okay. I'm Nafisa Tufonda from the University Student Association of Ghana, their Women's Commissioner. So our concern is, how will the NDC government put a stop to the University Teachers Association of Ghana consistent strike every year? And in majority of our universities, students are being charged extra fees for paying late school fees. How will the NDC government help settle this issue? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. UTAG, that is UTAG. No, I'm talking about the strikes. University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG. They are the ones you're talking about, and the strikes. It's a matter of conditions of service. I'm not part of their negotiations. I'm not part of the bargaining, collective bargaining. So I don't know what the real issues are. but I think the government should give them a hearing. What the lecturers normally are complaining about is that their salaries and their emoluments are not worth, they don't take them home. It's something that affects the generality of workers. Our wages and incomes are low here because of certain factors. And so we came with a single spine salary structure where we put everybody on the universal pay structure, and the intention was that we will all progress together, and as the economy got stronger, we'll be able to pay fairer and fairer wages so that everybody is happy. Unfortunately, two things have happened. This government has disaggregated it, and when they've come under pressure, they have compensated one group over the others. And so once that happens, then the next group too says, oh, then we also are entitled to this. Why are you paying these ones this and we are not getting this? Then it spoils the whole system. And so that's one of the major issues that is working out here. And so we need to look at how we can pay a fair remuneration to everybody who is working in the public space. The second thing is that the economic crisis and the rate of inflation has eroded everybody's income. Inflation went as high as 54%, and even as I speak, it's above 20%. Every day you go to the market, the prices of goods and services are changing. And so everybody feels emasculated in terms of how much income they are earning. Because if somebody was earning a certain income today, in 2017, when the cedi was, say, 5 or 6 to the dollar, today, if the person is earning a certain amount, when the cedi to the dollar is 16, then the person has lost out in terms of their income, in terms of their savings. And so one of the major tasks ahead of government is to make sure we stabilize the economy, so that when you stabilize the economy and you improve people's incomes, because inflation is not high, because the dollar is not running away and breaking jail when you locked it up, it will make people's incomes more meaningful. And so one of our major tasks is to stabilize the economy. And one of the reasons why the economy and the income foreign exchange is a problem is because the cocoa sector has collapsed. The cocoa sector used to bring us $2 billion every year, fresh, clean dollars into our economy. Today, we can't even make $800 million because this government has mismanaged the cocoa sector. Administration alone is 3.4 billion cedis. What are you doing with 3.4 billion cedis for administration? And so they've mismanaged that sector. Oil and gas, they've chased some of the oil companies away. ENI moved all their white stuff to Cote d'Ivoire, went and invested almost $100 million there, and have made a major find when they had 4 compartments they were working on here. Unfortunately, in the 8 years that this government has been in power, not one single drop of oil more. The oil that they got were 2 oil fields that I brought into production, 10 field and Sankofa, and gave them additional revenues. Since then, they haven't added even one. And so when we come, we have to bring all these people back, let them pump the oil and gas as fast as they can, so that we can bring more foreign currency into our economy and be able to stabilize things. Let me move here. The gentleman in the white shirt. And after you, the gentleman in the smock and the coolie high.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My question has to do with my friends on the streets. Your Excellency, there is a 10% withholding tax on sport betting. Your Excellency,
yeah, go on.
Your Excellency, I would like to know, and I want you to assure the youth of this country.
And you leave this excellency seat. Take JM. Yeah. JM.
Okay. Even I say, the matter be street matter.
It be street matter.
Yeah,
if you talk pidgin.
Yeah, exactly. Make it one pidgin. So my boys and girls at the streets, they are very happy because this is what we do every day. If you wake up where you know beds, it means you no go chop. But withdrawing, let's say 1,000 cities, and they will take 100 cities. Your Excellency, no be easy with the tire. So right now, I just want you to assure us that if we vote for you, inshallah, 7th January 2025, you'll be sworn in as president. And I can assure you that the street boys, we are for you 24/7, and we are going to police the ballots until the last ballot is counted. We are not leaving the polling station.
Yeah.
And I can assure you this. If only you assure us and promise us that you are going to abolish the 10% bear tax. We are voting for you, we are campaigning for you, and we vote for you. We will stay at the polling station until the last ballot is counted. We are not leaving the polling station.
Thank you. Thank you. One question, I beg you. This, you see, Jama. This one be the yawa of the day. You see, boys they hustle, and job no day. So now the bets they do small, get money for gobe. You see, so I understand. As no say this one. It be matter where they concern the youth, plenty. So we talk already. Say where we come, the betting tax will go remove them. We go find, we know say, this government and IMF sign agreement, so they bring the betting tax. But we for find alternative revenue to plug the whole way the betting tax will cost. So as the young boys, the street boys, the hustlers, no get work to do. For the meantime, they go do this small betting. Then we go do the 24-hour economy. Where it comes, everybody get work to do, everybody they work. Then we go say, but you where they bet, you get work. Then you see. So for now, make the boys be, make the be. You know, the small thing that they get, we go give them. But when the 24-hour economy work, then you all they work, everybody get work. You they chop 111 instead of 000. Then maybe in future sometime, but then maybe no be me be president. Then they go look and see whether it be something where they go do. But we go remove the betting tax. E-levy too, we go remove them. So him in the smoke. Then after that, this the young man, the young man there. Okay.
Excellency, thank you very much for the opportunity. As a son of a fisherman, my father just a month ago was prevented from going to sea under the guise of closed season. We all know from Axim to Ada to Elubo, farming, in fact fishing is what they do. If you close the season at a time when the
June, July, weather is cold, that the fishes are cooling off, that they can easily be harvested. If you keji onga inshore around that time, oyamawi amengame bashiame amena nuchibona metuame bi omobayame keji oba obanyo ha meneke assurance ake. There will be no close season. Allow you will manage how to do this close season. Mr. President, finally, we are sitting in a sporting arena. And this is one fantastic thing that you did. But I've not seen this in other regions. We went to the Olympics Games, and there's no representative for boxing. I'm sad as a young man who has an interest in sports in this country. What can we do to revive sports, more especially the known sports and even the lesser known sports that we embark on in this country? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me answer it first so that more people will get the opportunity. I met the fishing groups about a month and a half or 2 months ago. I went to the Tema Fishing Harbor and met them. And I announced there that when we come, there will be no closed season for artisanal fishermen. Listen to my words carefully. For artisanal fishermen. You know, those who put more pressure on the sea are the trawlers and the big fishing vessels. One measure that is